During the first stage, one of the Valar known as Owl created a new race known as Dwarves. Owl was a smith and wanted to pass his knowledge down to others so that it would not be forgotten, but was not patient enough to wait for the emergence of the men and elves. Therefore, he created the Dwarves. During this time, Melkor was causing much chaos in Middle-earth, and Owl knew little of the children of Ilúvatar. This drove him to create the Dwarves as hardy, strong-headed warriors. Yavanna, the creator of plants on Arda, was informed by Owl about how destructive men, elves, and dwarves would be. Yavanna knew that many of her trees would be felled by the dwarves, and therefore spoke to Manwë of her troubles. Yavanna told Manwë that animals in Middle-earth could flee and protect themselves whilst the plants cannot. Manwë was sympathetic of Yavanna and prayed to Eru. Before long, Eru, who was the creator of men and elves, created the Ents from Yavanna's seeds. The Ents loved all the plants of Middle-earth, known as Olvar, and would protect them. They became known as the shepherds of the trees. Middle-earth's forests would now be protected from the hand of dwarves, orcs, and the children of Ilúvatar. Ents varied in appearance, but would usually look similar to the type of trees that they would protect. Treebeard said that the Ents are an extremely powerful race, even more so than trolls, which were created by Morgoth based upon the Ents. As well as this, when Ents first came to Middle-earth, they could not speak, but soon learnt from the elves. This would forever be known by the Ents as the Great Gift. From their new knowledge, the Ents were able to develop Old and New Entish. Little is known of the early history of the Ents. They supposedly lived in and protected the forests of Middle-earth. Evidence shows that the whole of Eriador may have originally been one huge forest, but the trees were cut back by Númenóreans during the Second Age, and further by the elves fighting the forces of Sauron in the 17th century of the Second Age. Elrond once said, "Time was once when a squirrel could carry a nut from tree to tree, from Rivendell to the Great Sea." The Ents are usually a very patient, deliberate people. The only notable conflicts include the last march of the Ents and a time at the end of the First Age when the Ents attacked a band of dwarves summoned by Beren and Lúthien. During the last march of the Ents of Fangorn Forest, which is the only known remaining residence of the Ents, attacked Isengard after Saruman's forces felled many trees in the immediate area. During this assault, the Ents destroyed the Dam of Isengard and trapped Saruman in the Tower of Orthanc with minimal losses. The attack is led by Treebeard. Middle-earth was not only inhabited by male Ents, but female Ents also, known as Entwives. During the Second Age, the Entwives moved further away from their husbands to the west due to the favour of smaller plants, whilst the male Ents preferred larger trees. The Entwives moved to the Brown Lands, where they spent their days maintaining their gardens. However, Sauron's forces later destroyed the Brown Lands, and when Treebeard went to find his wife Fimbrethil, she and the other Entwives were not there. The males searched for the Entwives but could not find them, and their disappearance became a mystery. However, Sam mentions that his cousin once saw a walking tree in the Shire, and Treebeard says that Entwives would like that land, but he may have just seen a fawn. At the end of the Third Age, the only remaining original Ents are Treebeard, Finglas, and Fladrith. Ents are not immortal in the same sense as the elves, but they cannot live forever. As the Ent ages, it becomes less bendy and much thicker. Eventually, the Ent will stop moving and lose consciousness, thereby becoming a tree altogether. Finglas is probably the most tree-ish, which is a term used by Treebeard of all the Ents living in Middle-earth at the end of the Third Age, whilst Bregalad is the least tree-ish mentioned of the Ents, as he is still fairly young. Without any Entwives, new Entings could no longer be produced, leaving the Ents with no way of carrying on the race. Eventually, all the Ents in Middle-earth became trees, and the race became a tale of legend. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry if some of my pronunciation for names was incorrect. Just let me know in the comments below, and leave suggestions for future lore videos. That's it for now. I'll see you later.